All right. What is up, crypto enthusiasts? Welcome back to the stream. We are streaming live on YouTube and on X. And there's been some interesting price action with Bitcoin. And so I wanted to start off with that. I usually like starting off with the market look, the market outlook. And let me know if you guys are getting any value from this, by the way. I think it's always valuable to hear somebody's opinion that is a trader and that is not trying to sell you something. And so this is, one of my hobbies that I've been into since 2017, trading the markets. So over the past week or so, I've been telling you guys that market's kind of indecisive. And every day it kind of hangs out and doesn't want to do something. It means we're just closer and closer to some type of breakout, either up or down. So we had a nice little pump, and I was actually able to capitalize on some of this value. I took along and basically was able to capture the entire value from this blue candle. And I want to bring you through the reasoning for that. So first of all, there's more and more indicators telling me that I think the general direction is going to be up for the next couple months. And so first of all, I've been biased towards the upside for the last about 2 days. That was my guess, like not strong enough to take a long yet, but definitely looking. And so what happened today with when the US markets opened, you can see what actually happened is when the US markets opened, we went down and tested the daily open and then made a nice little wick and closed on a green candle, which we did then, followed up by a red vector candle, which, took away almost all of those gains. But where it ended up, and then the next candle being green as well, it just kind of gave away the market's hand to me because of the fact that it couldn't go down any further. We just tested the daily open. The daily open is a significant area. So when you test it like that, make a nice wick to the upside, and then the next few candles are not even coming close, then that tells me that it's like a bias to the upside. So then the next couple of hours, we retraced up back to where this was, and I got in right here just before this blue candle started forming. Because to me, this looked like even though, I could have speculated down here on this red candle that that's going to get recovered, could have done that, but I decided to wait a little bit. And then once this was here, the market was just looking really, really good to me, primed for a breakout. The fact that it already touched the daily open, the fact that it couldn't get below the 50 EMA, or at least the purple cloud on the 50 EMA, it just looked really, really good to me. And I was able to capture this. I got out when the candle closed because I didn't know if we're going to continue going up, or because usually, once we print these nice big vector candles with a lot of volume, we usually end up recovering it. We didn't recover it immediately. We went up again. So I missed the movement of the green candle, but that's still okay. The most important thing is taking profits, right? So I don't care if I only capture 10%, as long as I'm walking away with profits and not losses. So now, we topped here at 61.8, and now we're starting to recover that. So points, like things that might happen from here in the short term, is we could bounce off this yellow line. This is the 9 EMA, and we could just, this could be a slight pullback. We could bounce off the yellow line and then close above 62,000. That would be super bullish. Or we could recover, all of this down to here, find support at either the psychological high or the 50 EMA, or even the daily open, and then try up once again. So there's a couple things that could happen there. This is the 1 hour chart, and I want to show you the 4 hour chart because it gives a different perspective here. Notice that it did print a nice blue candle, and blue candles mean that there's more volume than usual, but not as much volume as the green candles. So the green candles would be 200% more volume, and then the blue candles are 150% more volume. So you can see we actually can't, like, if we find support at this white line, which is the 100 EMA, then we possibly could try for further upside. The daily close today is going to be super important, because if you look at the range that we're in, so we're actually at the 50 EMA on the daily chart, and you'll notice that like after we dumped to below $50,000, when we came back up, we hit the 50 EMA, which was at 62.7, and now we're hitting the 50 EMA, and breaking through and closing above the 50 EMA would be a really good sign. But what I'm really looking for is closing above this previous high, like of 62.8 basically. So that's what I'm looking for now. I am pretty bullish on the market. I do not think that this is a fake out. I think that that it looks like we're probably going to recover up here. If we do close above the 50 EMA, then probably pretty quickly we'll take this red vector candle all the way up to about $66,000. So that's my current thoughts on the market. If the daily closes and it's just another big wick like this, then I'm going to remain cautious. Like, I'm completely out of the market right now. I did that one little trade. But really what I'm looking for is the daily close, which is happening in 3 hours from now. So really, depending on how that looks, that's going to kind of decide for me whether I am bearish or bullish in the short term. In the long term, I do feel like this was most likely the bottom, and that we're not going to break through $50,000 again, at least until the bull market is over. And I've kind of flipped from overly cautious and not sure either way to thinking that I feel like we have a stronger chance that it's going to be up from here for the next few months. Of course, that always comes with pullbacks. We could very easily, dip again down here. What I'm looking for as like a line in the sand would be 56,000. So you see this wick right here, which was last week's low. If we close below 56,000 on even like the 1 hour or the 4 hour time frame, then that's going to invalidate all of this bullish sentiment for me. And I think we're going down to at least 52K. That's my general thoughts on them. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys. Let me know if you find value in that, and I will be happy to keep on giving you my thoughts. So yep. I want to, okay, so now we're going to bring it back over to DeFi, and specifically with Wise Lending. I missed a question yesterday from DVI Forex. It says, if I click the blue supply button and I add 1,000 USDC, does that make available USDC go from 8,600 to 9,600? Yes, the answer is yes. So trying to understand what's going on here, you can see that this is the supply. So these are the pools. There's a big pool of ETH, 64.16 total ETH, big pool of USDC, 53,200 USDC, etc. These are the total pools. And then the available means of this pool, everything is borrowed except what's available. So, if you want to know how much is borrowed, then you would subtract. Like in this case, 64 minus 12, that's what's borrowed out, and what's available is 12 Ethereum. And in this case here, oh, I just lost my numbers. There we go. In this case here, 53,000 minus 8,600, that would be what's borrowed, and then 8,600 is what's available to borrow. We want things to be mostly borrowed up on this platform, because when it's mostly borrowed up, then that gives us higher APY as a lender. And by the way, if you guys will notice, I'm at $1,006. We were at $1,005 just 2 days ago, and you can see numbers are going up every single day. So right now, this is the withdrawal. I can go ahead and withdraw $1,006, just like 2 weeks ago. I put 1,000 USDC in on this account, and I'm just showing you guys every single day the numbers are automatically going up, because like you just constantly earn. It's a crypto savings account. So very cool. Let me check in with the chat and see how we're doing. Wow, look at all this chat today. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh wow, we got comments on X now. We got Get You Some Crypto, who is on X, and that means that our that our stream is working both on YouTube and on X. So very, very cool. Thank you guys for coming out. Okay, could you explain the wrap staked ETH opportunity? Sure. It's not really a big opportunity. It's a small opportunity. So right here, you can see that the APY for wrap staked ETH is 128%. And the reason that it's 128% is because there used to be like three ETH deposited here. And then now there's 0.25. So somebody withdrew their wrap staked ETH that was deposited for whatever reason. So they withdrew it, and then now what's left is the 0.25, and it's pretty much all borrowed up. So it's pretty much 100% borrowed up. You can see that there's like a dash here for what's available. Nothing is available. So of this 0.25 wrap stake ETH that's deposited, it's 100% borrowed up. That's why and they're paying 150% APY. Now, obviously, what happened is the person who borrowed that 1/4 of a wrap staked ETH has not checked back here yet, or they would see that, hey, I am paying 150% APY. So that means that, that's like 1% extra on their principal that they're borrowing every like 4 or 5 days. So whenever this guy who borrowed 0.25 wrap stake ETH checks back, he's going to realize, oh shoot, I'm paying high APY, and he can go ahead and pay that back. Or someone like I could come right now, I could take some ETH, I could make it wrap staked ETH, and then I could deposit it in here, and then the APY would go down and like normalize once again, because I'm adding to the pool, and the pool won't be 100% borrowed up anymore. So it makes sense. And so I'm saying the opportunity is not that big because it's only 1/4 of an ETH that's borrowed. So you couldn't put like 100 ETH, wrap staked ETH deposited and expect the APY to be 50% or 100%. No. As soon as somebody puts like 1 or 2 ETH down in here, it's the APY is going to go down to like 10% or something like that. So yeah, that's the opportunity there. Yeah. So 1 or 2 things needs to happen. Somebody needs to put a little bit of wrap staked ETH in here so that the APY can normalize, and or the guy who borrowed needs to come and pay it back. So that's the thing here. If as a lender, when you deposit cryptocurrency here, you don't have to worry about it. It's a set and forget thing. You're just going to automatically earn the APY from borrowers. But if you're a borrower, whether you're a borrower regularly here, or if you're a borrower because you're using our one of our power farms, you need to constantly monitor it, like at least once a week, ideally every day. Just go ahead and check it out. But at the very least, once a week, you should come and check the APY. If you're borrowing, make sure that it's still positive. Make sure that it's not something crazy, and make sure that everything's good. As a lender, it doesn't matter. You can just set it, forget it. All right, got all sorts of questions here. Blue Phone Booth says, if you would please prognosticate on what date we might hit 20 million total value locked. I would love if that date were soon. So right now we don't even have 1 million total value locked. We have $250,000 total value locked, and we just raised $1 million, of which maybe let's say 500K ish should be available. Like that'll be part of our treasury that we can deposit onto the platform. So we're in the middle of raising $10 million. So I think a good chunk of that 20 million will come from the fact that we're raising money, and a lot of that money is our treasury, which we will put the majority of our treasury on Wise Lending. So hopefully millions of dollars will come from that. I'm also like, putting myself out there here every day on streams, at least every weekday, teaching you guys about the platform and how to use it, and about the referral program as well. And so, hopefully that will start paying off. I'm sure it will. And we can start growing from there. And I am, starting in September, we have engaged like a top quality marketing firm. And so there's going to be some heavy marketing that happens. And, let's hope that things go well. It'd be really nice if Bitcoin does start going up as well too, because that brings more people, it makes people bullish and brings more people to the charts, and helps out as well. So there's I'm doing everything I possibly can to get us there. And I'm like, my target isn't 20 million. It's much bigger than 20 million. I'm trying to get the first 1 billion onto the platform, but it's one step at a time. And so I'm doing all these things. I don't know how fast it's going to happen. It could happen super fast. Like we could totally get $20 million like in a month easily. But certain things have to fall into place first. And if you want to help make that faster, well, you can do that too, because you can as a referrer, onboard people onto the platform, whether it's friends and family, whether it's new people you just meet. I was reading in our Discord chat how people were putting out Craigslist articles to teach people about Wise Lending. That's some super creative thinking, and it looks like it might even be working out a little bit. So I'd be interested to see if any of those turn into actual referred money that gets deposited on our platform. So we have 252K on the platform. That's a little bit less than last week. So I think Ethereum might have gone down a little bit, and also we know that some people removed some of the wrapped staked ETH, and so hopefully this week we can bring some more money onto the platform. So yeah. Raymond says, I would think since this is community owned, it's hard to come up with an answer unless we band it together to know when our actions produce 20 million. Yeah, that's a good that's definitely a good thought right there. We might be a little slower, right? So like we don't have big VCs backing us. We don't have a lot of marketing yet. We are getting more marketing. So this is for all intents and purposes a grassroots movement, which means that we're relying on the community. I'm not relying 100% on the community, because if our referral program doesn't produce results and people don't take up the torch and start talking to people, I mean, that's fine. I'm still that's why I'm raising $10 million. So I'm taking multiple approaches, and we'll see what works. And what works, we're going to press on those things and try to make them work even more. And we're going to accept feedback from people and just every single day try to get a little bit better. So, but right now I'm just trying to do everything I possibly can, because it's time to tell the world about what we have. Like, our product is live. There's no reason to sit back anymore. It's time to start telling people. The referral network was genius for this reason. Since we earn a piece of the revenue we bring in, we could bring it in by tomorrow if we were all dialed in. Yeah, this is really very true. Even though we don't have a ton of active people right now compared to where we did in 2020 when we launched Wise Token, that's okay. Like, we could totally bring millions of dollars onto the platform in a short amount of time, just from 25 people or 50 people or 100 people that are banding together and working together to try to solve this issue, and try to tell people about it. And as we raise more money comes onto the platform. We stream on X too? Yeah, we do. You see, I got some comments from X already. Raymond says, I see a lot of volume in there. It's not a fake out. Yeah, I think you're right too. I think that this is probably the one that might bring us to the 66,000 region for starters. So we'll see. Yeah, DVI4X asked your question again. I didn't miss you. I took a screenshot of it. So yeah, I just answered that, and hopefully that makes sense. It makes sense to you guys, right? Available means what's available left of this pool of, each of these pools that is not borrowed up yet. So that's what also determines APY. The Nitruk says, hey, Peter, love the streams. While explaining why he's lending to a friend, he asked, how can everyone's funds be liquid at all times for withdrawal if those funds are being loaned out or used to earn APY? Yeah, that's a good question. So he obviously doesn't know how the lending platforms work, because we're in this case, we're no different from like Aave or any other platform. So first of all, on our platform, the funds are never completely borrowed out. They might be 85% borrowed out or 90% borrowed out. And that's fine, because as long as your friend or whoever only owns 10% of the pool, then they're going to be able to withdraw everything no matter what. Because remember, it's a pool of funds. So unless your friend is putting 64 ETH on the platform or 53,000 USDC on the platform, he's going to be able to withdraw it all. And as our platform grows bigger, then those amounts increase. Because right now, we've got 64 ETH total on our platform, and everything is lent out besides 12 ETH. So as long as he deposits no more than 12 ETH, he can always instantly just withdraw it. For USDC, we have 8,600 USDC available. So as long as he puts less than 9,000, then he's always going to be able to withdraw it instantly. But imagine, once we have got several $100,000 in each pool, the amount available will be, 20,000, 50,000, eventually hundreds of thousands of dollars available to withdraw at any time. So just explain to him that it's because you're pooling your funds with everybody else who's pooling those funds, and the pool is mostly borrowed out at all times, but there's always a 10-15% amount that's not borrowed out. The only exception would be like here with this wrap staked ETH, where someone took away everything. And so right now, this guy who deposited 0.25 wrap staked ETH, he can't withdraw it right now. However, he's getting 150%. He's getting 128% APY, and he's guaranteed to get that wrap staked ETH back. Do you know why? Because this guy who is borrowing 0.25 wrap staked ETH, he has collateral too. So he is not able. He wouldn't have been able to borrow the 0.25 wrap staked ETH unless he already had collateral deposited onto the platform. And so if the APY that he's paying, if he just doesn't come back for a month, this the APY that he's paying is going to be bringing him closer and closer to liquidation. And if that happens, then whatever collateral this guy has, maybe he has ETH collateral, maybe he has stablecoins collateral, the system is going to liquidate that position, convert it back to wrap staked ETH, and then this guy's going to be able to get his 0.25 wrap staked ETH back, plus all the interest that he's been earning. He's currently earning 128% interest. So the worst case scenario for a lender is that you that you can't withdraw all your funds, and that you earn really high percent APY and have to wait until somebody else deposits or whoever's borrowing gets liquidated. Now, this is kind of an edge case scenario, right? It's because wrap staked ETH is like, this is not the common thing. Like the common one is Ethereum, and the common stable coins are right here. This scenario would have already been fixed if this were ETH, for instance, right? Because you know, I don't have any wrap staked ETH, and I don't really want to convert any right now. Because all my ETH is just regular ETH, and I've deposited on this platform on another from another wallet. But if somebody right now yanked 12 Ethereum and the price and the APY went up to 150%, I mean, more people are going to be depositing Ethereum. I'd be the first person to do that. And same thing for USDC. So realistically, this kind of thing is only going to happen when we have tiny amounts of capital on the platform. The more capital we have, the more smooth everything's going to be, and the bigger amounts that are going to be available for people to withdraw in an instance. But as a lender, your funds are extremely safe, because you are protected by oracles that, yes, people can borrow money from the pool, but there's Chainlink oracles that are going to guard that money. And if your money ever even comes close to being lost, the oracles would liquidate those positions and convert it back for you before that ever happens. So yeah. But yeah, what else have we got? We're live on X2. Yep. Okay. So no more chat for now. We didn't even get to talk about the point system yet. And so I'll just do a really quick for that. So first of all, if you click the information here and go to our documents, we have a whole explanation about points farming. But points are very simply just points are future airdrops. So if you're, and there's 3 different types of points. There's the EtherFi points and then the Athena points, which are very similar, except they're for USD. And so these are things that we know the APY for, and the APY that you're earning as a lender is shown here in the purple box. So right now our site is being a little slow, but it's an extra 9% for stablecoins today, and it's extra 3% for Ethereum today. Wise points are just points for depositing money on our platform that you're earning that are eventually going to convert into a future airdrop. How much, of Wise tokens? How much? You don't know. That's why they're points, and it's not like designated Wise or designated in USD or something like that. So points are just extra incentives. You don't necessarily, when we're talking about Wise points, you don't necessarily know how much you're making. If you're talking about EtherFi points or Athena points, you do know how much extra you're making, and it's designated with a purple APY bubble. And then there's referral points, and referral points is how much money you're making based on the amount of money that you have referred to the platform using your referral link. And eventually we will be able to translate this and show you guys the actual dollar amount that is being earned. But we don't have those features right now. But just understand that right now we're converting 100% of fees, giving that to people who have referral points. And then we will do the scrapes every quarter, every month, every week, whenever we start earning money. Right now, we've only got 252K on the platform, and we're not really earning that much. So we haven't scraped any fees yet. But we will do that once we start earning, an acceptable amount where scraping fees isn't going to be is what would make sense. One other thing for the person who asked about money being borrowed. So of this available funds, it's available to withdraw, but these funds are not just sitting there. They're actually earning money on Aave until they're either borrowed or withdrawn. So that's something about our platform. We have 100% capital efficiency. So even the available funds are still earning a little bit. Aave isn't very high APY, but at least they're earning something in the meantime. So okay, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now, unless we have some final questions. The Nitrix said, great explanation. Thank you. Cleared up a lot. Awesome. Yeah. So I'm here to educate you guys about the platform. Please definitely ask questions. You know, if you're unsure, and I'd be happy to show you. I hope every single day you guys understand a little bit more, get your questions answered, bring more people in, you know, pass around your referral link, show them how to put crypto on the platform. If they're not a crypto native, use the buy crypto button here. They can use a credit card, they can use a bank account, and it's very low fees compared to all the other options. And they could, you know, buy some USDC or some ETH and then put it directly on the platform, you know, once they've got it in their crypto browser wallet. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. I am streaming every weekday, so I will see you guys tomorrow and Friday as well. Thanks for all the great questions. And it looks like we were successfully streaming on X as well, since we got those questions from X. So amazing. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.